Why hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shapez. Today is Sunday, October 20th, 2024. I am of course joined by Ollie Cat. Hi. Hello, Shoulder Cat. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Shoulder Cat? Oh, please stop. You're gonna end up with claws in me, back claws in me. Look at that. Look at what he's doing. Unhook, unhook, unhook. Thank you for unhooking thyself. Big heavy cat. Yes, big kitty. How you doing? How's that Ollie doing? He's purries. He wants attention. He wants to feel good. And he wants to get on my lap, but he can't because the microphone is in the way. So hello, welcome. Today we are starting the insane scenario in Shapez 2, and I would like to kind of just get straight into it today. Let's get the volume correct on the music and then go in play. We did just finish the hexagonal scenario last Thursday. Have the entire playlist for that available on YouTube, along with the hard scenario. But today we are going to be doing insane. We are insane. Normal difficulty though, I have no desire to play with copy-paste costs in particular. Just, you know, in general, I'd rather not that. I'd rather not have to spend a resource in a game about not spending resources. So we start off loading the game on milestone 4. We just skip the first 3 milestones in this particular scenario, tasking us with beginning from here and going on. Oh boy, and some of these will actually have 2 milestone shapes that will count towards our operator level. Yeah, 7 and 8 will have 2. And then, yeah, that glorious thing. Yes, and we start with research points because we are at the point where we can already use blueprints and platforms. And it starts us off with having cleared the first 3 tasks. So we do have a few unlocked tasks that we can work on. There are a few available from the start. So what do I want to start with is the question. What are the things that I most desperately need in my life? I'm probably not going to do speed. Speed does not sound great, but trash sounds good, as well as cutting and swapping. Those unlock... Those are like mechanics. We need to have mechanics. The rotators, counterclockwise and 180 rotators, these are quality of life, more so than anything else. These are just straight up super, like, necessary mechanically. All 3 of these. Absolutely will want the 3rd floor as soon as possible. I will want the rotators, I just don't know if I want to spend my last 6 points now on them. Now, I would like the 2x2 foundations as soon as possible. But that's all we really get access to right now. I mean, well, considering I have 6 points left, do I just want to get these 3 speed upgrades? I guess I will anyway, because the others aren't really necessary. This will just help us go a little bit faster. Okay, well, at the start here, we need stuff that's already colored. In particular, we need these two in red, and we need two in gray. What is a good way to do this? I actually have on my other screen here, I will bring up a little swapper cheat sheet, basically. That will allow me to see exactly what I need logically for making specific two-piece shapes from 4. In particular up here, where I'm going to have my miner and all of that. Do I want to use this one? Yes. Yes, I do. We need... I need my thingies. I need my thingies. Mining. 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 Platform. And we have the 2x2. I think I'll do that. Alright, swapping logic. Since I don't have the rotators, the other rotators counterclockwise and 180s, I'm unfortunately going to need to have, like, a few here. Pretty sure that's it. If I throw in these... No, that's not it. What's that logic? Oh. It's not one of these, it's a cutter. Duh. And then it's a swapper at the end. What? Oh, it's this. Duh. That's what I want. That's what I want, right there. Then I can trash the other. Ta-da! I can totally do that on a single tile thing. So I'll just cut it, break that, replace it, and paste here. Yes, 4 cutters per belt. I will need more. So that's 1 belt. Sigh. And you can't have trash on layer 2 either, which kinda sucks. Will it drop? That's not something I ever utilized. It would be nice if it could just, like, drop it into the trash from there too. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, you would think that it would be able to just fall down at the end of the line if it's on a next to a trash. One would imagine. Well, that's 2. Yeah, they don't quite fit like that. Alright, well, never mind. Alright, that's all 4. And then it's, you know, the exact same thing to get the other shape. I'm gonna get rid of all of this and free up the platforms. I'm actually going to remove all of those because I'm going to take this to here. There we go. Alright, now I should just be able to use my previous vent stacker blueprint. Hope I have enough room. Because in this scenario, you can only ever use bent stackers. You do not have access to the regular stackers, the straight ones. Just double checking that I do in fact need the ray on the bottom. Okay, that's the first one. Now, as for the title of the stream today, I definitely stand by my opinion that the hex scenario was actually incredibly easy. In fact, easier than the hard scenario. Just overall. So my hope here with Insane is that I'm actually going to get something, you know, that's actually of difficulty. That has some degree of, or some amount of time spent actually considering the logic. Because hexes, I didn't really need to spend all that much time solving the puzzle. I feel like I've sort of solved it mostly at this point. But yeah, there's some things that will need thought, and yeah. On the hard scenario, pretty much only the last task set, had any amount of time spent on figuring out the logic, and in particular the final task of the hard scenario. That required the most amount of time spent on figuring out the logic and experimenting and all that. In fact, that last stream, nearly 4 hours long, was just working on that task. Okay, we're getting some of this. So the other one is squares. Oh, and wouldn't you know, we've actually got that as a shape. So if I were to do this over here, which, yeah, more like that. I actually don't want I actually don't want to delete any of this. I may move the layer 2 things Right, it's not going to be wide enough. Actually, yes it is. Yes it is. What am I thinking? It's absolutely wide enough. It's not lower enough. Okay. Just rotate so that they're consistent. And it's quite convenient going directly into the bent stackers here. Oh, right, it's the other way around. Duh. Buh. I be dummy. I wish there was a way to not have it place on the yellow when it's yellow. Can I like hold shift? No. How about control? Nope. I need some modifier to tell it to not to ever replace anything for under any circumstance. Yes, kitty. And off he goes. Goodbye, Ollie Cat. Well, that was remarkably easier than the other. Whoops, wrong way. Can't help but notice this needs 1,200 each. Oh boy. Alright, well, tasks. We need you. Recycling milestone shapes. Okay. So we need that. Okay. Oh. That's just stacking the two on top of each other, so there's not much I can really do until this is done. So if I need a 3-piece shape, if I want to get 4 pieces out, I can use 3 input shape lines. So if I do 2 squares and a full circle line, that should work. Alright, cutters and swappers. I'm sort of blending the concepts of 2 things here. This is going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. I'm just thinking about the logic I would like to use. So, first up, logic to go from a 4-sided piece to a 3. Is this. That's how you go from a 4 to a 3. To get 4 belts of out from 3 input belts. Using cutting and swapping. But what I need is only the bottom to be squares, and I only need one top circle. The question is, if I do this here, would it give me the exact same result? The answer is yes, it actually does give me the exact same result. But they're mirrors. But they're mirrors! Only half is usable here. Okay, we've actually completed that milestone, so before I really continue with that, I guess for now I can actually just throw in stuff. And of course this isn't full throughput, because of course you need 4 of these per line, and 4 of these per line, etc, etc. It's, and 4 of these per line. It's actually much bigger than this. This is just the visualization of the logic involved. Okay, now I need to get these together. And stack them. These are the bottom. Are they the same rotation? No, they're not. Lovely. That's the one. Don't know why it has this here. This is just different still. Oh, it's the combination of those two things. So you want me to effectively double this guy. And then have a circle stack. That might be a slight issue. Because it's, well, I mean, it's this logic again. Yeah. So, like, just copy the whole thing. It's just that same logic, right? They're all the same rotation, so let's just stack these now. Thus far, this is a bit more involved than in the previous hard scenario. It is more involved. I will give it that. These are more complex overall, but not really difficult per se. Just more. It's more. It's not really that brain teaser level stuff yet, but I think we're not even going to have much brain teaser level stuff until crystals, because frankly that's the only... It's technically not the only new mechanic, but it is the most impactful new mechanic versus Shapes 1. So I think it's actually probably going to be mostly smooth sailing until crystals. Actually, because oh yeah, getting a single bear pin without access to crystals, that's gonna be a little hard. This, I gotta tell you, if it's just a single bear pin like that on layer 2, I got nothing. Because you don't get crystals until after. It's absolutely trivial to do that. Well, trivial to do that when you have access to crystals. The issue is having access to crystals in the first instance. stack a pin shape on top of a 4 high shape, and then cutting. I guess. I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. So the, yeah. Essentially, it has to be really tall on the 2 parts that you don't need, and you stack a full-size pin shape so that the 2 pins fall to layer 2, whereas the other ones, like, don't have to do that. And then you just remove the corners. You cut the corners out that you don't need, or swap out what you don't need, and then you're left with this. Yeah. It's like I was thinking the pins have to fall, but how do we get rid of the stuff? But that's a long ways away. That's already like getting into task 8. We're at 4. We are here at 4, not 8. And also, I have stacked these in the wrong order, because of course I did. Lovely. There we go. That's the one I need. I don't need that. Okay. Now task. The question then is... I probably need to... do just a cut, a rotate, and then... a cut, a rotate, and a swap. That gets us back. And that needs to be done on both sides. Whoops. What? Okay. Then the hard part which is scaling. Okay. Scaling without, like, forgetting everything that I need here. Just for my own sanity. What have I done wrong? That's... all of that is correct. And this should just be the opposite. Oh. What? It should have just been the same as before. So this is all the left side, and this is the right side. And this is the right side, and this is the left side. It shouldn't have changed. It changed on me. So now this is the one I need. That's correct here. That's correct here. So now... why? That's the one that needs to change. Weird. Maybe I just didn't have it right in the first place. Wouldn't put it past me. You only need 160 of these. Why the heck did I make 4 belts of this? Goodness. Oops. I actually went a little bit overboard on that one. But it's practice with swappers, so whatever. Is fine. It is, in fact, fine. I don't want to build this here. I don't want to do it on the main platform. I'd rather not if I can help it. So I'm going to grab that, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to move it. Here? And this thing. Don't know if I have the space for it, but I will try. Now, are these separate rotations? Yes. Oh, well then it's just a repeat. Oh look, that's done already. We got 2 whole research points. Isn't that grand? Oh, I don't need the... I don't need that. No? What the heck is... Really? They pulled a fast one on me. They pulled a fast one, huh? They swapped it. Yep. They swapped it. Those little bastards. Okay. Here's what we do about that. Well, since now we're just stacking these on top of each other. They are the same item, yeah. Now what we're going to end up with is the correct shape. Oh boy, yep. They pulled a bit of a fast one on that, but... We got there. They just swapped this thing from going to the blue to the red and having this stack on top of itself. Just change in the order of operations. That's all that happened. And hey, that's a milestone piece. We have to make that until the end of time. Well, next, we need this thing, which, yeah, we don't need to do any of this for. We really don't need any of that shenaniganery. I might need the extra space though, so I'll just delete all of that. Yeah. This is a swap and cut. And I think I'll do it through a swap, cut, and half destroy, because I really don't feel like using the other thing in Madoohickeys. Don't need to cut. This is just a swap line. Okay. Just make things consistent. I don't think I need that. Oh. You know. Which is the side that I need? Of course, it's the other side that I need, and not that one. Cool. Delete all that. Is that 8 belts? That shouldn't be. It should only be 4. I'm deleting half. The total should be 4. Yet it looks like I am getting 8. watch it. Again, I only needed 240 of these, and yet I'm making apparently 8 belts. I don't think it's 8, though. We'll see. Might be, misleading. Be kind of weird if it was 8. Oh. It is 8, because if I was actually going to use all of the output, it would have been 16, because we have 2 sets. We have 8 in, and we're getting halves out. It would have been 16. It would have been double if I used the whole thing, so it should equal the input, yes. So it is 8. Meaning, I built twice as much as I intended to. Whoops. Oh well. It's already done. But hey, the next step is to stack a circle on it. I would need a few more circles. Which is probably why I will, in fact, just remove all of that. I have also said that I do not, in fact, want to build infrastructure here. Hello and welcome to today's stream. No, just use... Wait, how much? Yeah, that uses 4, this uses 2. This is just a stacker setup. There we go. That's the thing. We actually have a little bit of breathing room on time with this milestone piece, because it needs 8,000. Let's get the counterclockwise rotator now. That will help a bit. Actually, the 180 would help more, but I'll get that next, especially after the next thing. Gee, really? Why? The blue is the side that is destroyed or kept. Destroyed, yes. So just run it through half destroyers to get this thing. Okay. Doesn't even matter when I run it through the half destroyers. I can run it after, but that's the best spot for it. Okay, next. This shape. Well, my little examples of shapes that could be made with fewer buildings using the halves swapper actually gives this as one of the examples. So I kind of just have that logic, but oh yeah, I didn't really look at what the logic was on the spawning. Looks like we've got plenty of base shapes. At least circles and squares and diamonds around. What about pure stars? There's a pure star. That's good. And that being done, reroute. Okay, that should now make that. And I'm gonna have to wait, I guess, and then... Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of circles. Yeah, I don't really have the platform units for that. To get the highest of throughputs. We need trains. We don't unlock trains until here. Uh-oh. But hey, painting is next. We would actually paint our objects. Although this doesn't need to be painted. This probably would be more ideal. Oh look, and it's green. Hello, green. Why are 4 and 7 named the same? Recycling milestone shapes. Recycling milestone shapes. I do have this. I can make it with the not swappers. So I guess I'll have to. Ah, you're done. Or not. Because that's now done. Yeah, get rid of that. Well, that. Actually, no, leave the mining. Leave the miners. I need the miners. Oh, I need so many of the miners. Okay. So the logic here is I will need actually just 1 belt of squares and 3 belts of circles. And it's all swappers. It's all just swapping. Really wish I had the 2x2. Yeah, that'll give me what I want. I think I'll need to lower this. Okay, for you. And there it is. Now, just for consistency's sake, buggers. Oh boy. Yeah. So. That's a thing. That's a way. A method. Would be better if I could just mine the bastard, but oh well. At the beginning of the game, we are definitely limited by the platform count. It will take some time before the platform count snowballs enough to the point where I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because, yeah, this should exist somewhere. In fact, it exists right here. It's right here. Of course, getting trains, train tracks don't use platforms. So that will help dramatically. And then once I get the ability to have the trains just yeet themselves directly into the vortex, that would be the best outcome. Train vortex delivery, right there. Oh, actually, I have enough points for the 180 rotator. I'll grab that. All right, next on my needs and wants is the Foundations 3, and then the 3rd floor. But I also need to be thinking about fluid miner extensions. And the stuff for trains. Okay, so adding the stacking here. That gives that one. Yeah, the issue is getting more gray circles for use on the tasks. I will need to reduce the throughput from 4 belts, but I think that is just going to be how I have to do it. I don't think there's really a way around that. Just because of the platform limits, specifically. Because there's not much around that is particularly usable. Now, each each task I am able to do, actually it's not the tasks that give me the things. Not these tasks. These tasks don't give me platforms. It's only once we get to 8 that we get platforms for the tasks. Oh. Then why the hell am I wasting my time on this? Oh, that's something I could do so much later, much easier, when I have access to trains and platforms. I should have been focusing on the stuff that gives me platforms. Yikes, okay. How hard is this one gonna be? No, alright, well that's just the half of this doubled. For now. Getting that, though, is not trivial. Yet. Then copy. La di di da. Good, you're done. For you, if I want 4 belts, I'll need more mining. Of course. Oh, good. That's done. And that gave me 1,000 platforms. Alright, well. So much for that. Goodbye. I need to work on milestone pieces now. Now, I think the intent here is use this and paint it. I didn't spawn a close by shield shape. It is one that you can get on the map, but I don't see it. I could make it as well using a swapping a diamond and a circle, but that's going to use a lot of platforms. When I could make it by double mining you. Take what I just did here. And then I could actually use swappers rather than stackers, but the stacking I think is a little bit more compact. Then, red. Okay, enough red to paint. Four belts. Yeah, kinda just sucks that I have to do this until I get enough research points for this. 25? That's just enough to paint one set of 4. That's going to be there a while. The other thing... I have blue here. Now that I have access to painting, I can reconsider how I make the initial milestone shape. It's very unfortunate that we currently do not have the ability to pin milestones from the milestone page. Specifically, we don't have the ability to pin previous milestones that have already been met in order to, say, redo them somewhere else, or even pin upcoming milestones, or any of the operator level pieces. We can't pin these. There's no button to pin things here. Kinda blows. Kinda just blows. But we have to live with it for now. Hopefully it will change eventually. So, options are give up on the operator level entirely, farming that, just don't do it, don't bother with it, which does reduce the amount of research points that I get over time, as well as some platforms. Kinda gonna need those for a little bit. But the reason why I am considering foregoing this piece, at least for now, is that I really need to use this. And it's really nice that you can just mine it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the throughput to 2 belts. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna have to live with needing to paint some stuff. Of course, there's no blue near a square. And circle nearby. Because why the hell would there be? Circle, square, blue. That'll have to be where I do that. Also, it's going to need like diamond stuff, so I've got a diamond there, and red. So I'll work with this over here. Alright, mining. I've already got the red thing, so I don't need that. Okay. We'll ignore the circles for now and focus on the squares. I'm going to need blue. So I'm going to need to grab that effect, essentially. I don't need 4 belts of the blue. I'm only going to need 2. Yeah, I'm only going to need 2. And as I said, I will ignore the circles for now. Painting. This... Bah. This didn't need to be a 2x2. Or 1x2. This could have been a 1x1. Oh well. Once blue makes its way over. Just responding to YouTube comments. Mode looking relatively easy. I'll note that this is the beginning of this series. It's the very beginning of this series, and it's meant to be for folks who have experience with the mechanics. So if it looks easy, it's because I am experienced with the mechanics. For those who have little to no experience with the mechanics of Shapez 2, this is a bit much to be thrown at you all at once if you've not seen it before. And in particular, it's also looking easy because I have made blueprints from the previous scenarios that can still apply just across the board. Okay, where is the stuff? Propagating. Still propagating. The blue is here at least. Really? It's still not gonna show me the... There you are. There you are. Swapping! Yeah, because it's all about that. Okay, give me... does it give me a count? 15, 16. I should have something I can copy paste. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh boy. Yes, still selling 3D printed stuff. All my stuff behind me, the designs behind me. I even have a updated design for Nintendo Game Gear cartridges, a wall display, style display. It's not like something you hang, it just sits on the shelf, but I consider this like tiered stand to be in and of itself like a wall. And behind me I've got a smaller version. I updated this design because someone requested more slots available on this. So I updated it. And now there's overlap of the stickers. Previously it showed the entire sticker on each tier, but by doing it this way, it means that the overall display is smaller and it's lower price per slot. Yeah, still doing that. Still selling that stuff. Not as much. Okay, it was a milestone that finished. Not as much, as many sales this month compared to last month. Last month was pretty insane, driven by a couple of high amount sales. So I can't really expect them again. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Why, hello, cat. I need 8, not 16. Let's see, where's the thing? There's the thing, hello. There's the Ollie. There's the Ollie cat. He's here. He has returned to say hi and get some pets. Yes, Mr. Cat. Okay. Then I want to make sure everything is the same orientation here. Actually, I don't. Because I want to set this up so that I'm always going to get this in the end after I cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure whoops. I want to ensure that I end up with that checker. Yeah. Need to end up with that checker. Now, I'm gonna probably just do a half destroyer here because this is gonna make me 8 belts of output. And I'll be doing this bottom shape in a similar way. Ollie. So that gives me what I don't need. That gives me what I need. So I need to rotate. We are halfway through today's stream. Now to get this all the way out. And onto the vortex. Next, I need to take this thing and stack it on a green base layer. Don't know what I want to actually just call that base layer. Oh, comfy. He's getting comfy now. So I need green. There's green over here. And I need to make that base layer, which is circles, not stars. So it's this thing twice. It is convenient that we've got the green right there. Pretty sure that it's the intent for you to use that, if this is a thing that's not random. Pretty sure the stuff that's in the initial tile is not random. But I'm not sure how much outside of it isn't random. Because I'm pretty sure it's very similar to how Factorio operates, where there's like a starting zone where you're guaranteed specific things in the initial area around you, and it's just... And beyond that, it's completely random. Because that first layer shape exists on the map somewhere. Guaranteed. It does exist somewhere. In fact, it exists right here. It exists right here. So I could mine that and paint it green and bring it all the way over and in, but that's a lot of platform units, when I could instead do my processing here by taking this and doing what I did logically here. It's the exact same logic, except now I just need to add green. Yep. And then I have to stack it to this guy, or stack this guy on top of it, meaning that the best spot is probably around here. Yep, and the stacking. These are layer 1. Alright. And that is that. As long as the rotation is correct, it looks like I have, by accident, unintentionally, set it so that everything is correctly rotated, or it just so happened, coincidence, that it was all correctly rotated to begin with. So just gotta wait for this to accrue and propagate down the lines. And there we have it. That's this guy. Is done. It is done. And this guy is also done and propagating down the lines. Not really intended, I think, for you to do that. Which essentially involved making this again. What do you want? It wants me to pick up labels, doesn't it? Or vortex inputs. Eh. Nah. Nah. Okay. You. Yui. What do I wanna do with Yui? Nothing. Actually. I think I want to ignore these. In fact, I'm going to unpin them. All of them. Because they don't give me platform units. I want to work on only the tasks that give me platform units. That would be far more ideal. Okay. For this first shape, we have this guy, and we can use this thing and not have to do any painting for step 1, at the very least. So the initial setup here needs to feed half destroyers. Whoops. I'm gonna use that. 12. You know, I think I'm gonna just offset a little bit down. Get rid of that. I run on normal difficulty. There are no blueprint points on normal. Sigh. Just move it over one. Yes, it is my biggest issue about Shapez 1 as well. That was my number one complaint, was the fact that the game itself is based around all of your buildings being free, and yet you added this cost for blueprints for no good reason. Like, they don't exist for any good reason at all. So at least in this game, we have the ability to play the game on a normal difficulty setting that does not have the need for those blueprint costs. There are difficulty settings, that do have blueprint costs and do things like change the amount of platform units you have available to you, as well as the amount of items that you need to fulfill the tasks and milestones. That's kind of not my intent, actually. With that level of stacking, not the final product that I envision. But I'm pretty sure I can get there with swapping. Yep. I sure can. Let's just arbitrarily make all the rotation consistent. It's not required, but for my own sanity. Okay, so how many platform units was that in total? 61. It cost 61. We'll get back 40, at least. We'll be net positive as long as the next piece doesn't need 60. Or, 40. If I could do it in 39 or fewer, the difference is profit. We'll see about that, though. Yes, Ollie. Pretty boy. Pretty kitty. Big boy. Oh, it wants it again. Does it want it again? No, it's a different layer 3. It changes layer 3. And layer 2. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that within the number of platforms required. Or, we're not going to net positive on the platform units from this. That's not happening, unfortunately. I say that because I would need to mine this and this, bring them together, and swap. Do swapping to get this top piece. And then bring that down and stack. And in total, that's going to be significantly more. That will be significantly more stuff than I have available to me right now. But we'll manage. Maybe. Eventually. This thing is also a significant investment in platforms. At least it'll unlock 1,000 platforms for doing it, but yeah. I'm a little worried about some of these tasks. Well, if I just stop at that and do something else that's easier, and then redo it later, that gives me those 40 platforms for use for other things, right? That thing. That thing. That thing. Those will be what I want to do, because they're not going to be that particularly difficult to do. It's a bit too far away, though. Heck, the star itself is too far away. But if I just do it temporarily... Yeah, if it's temporary, it should be fine. Yeah, I'll redo these later. I think actually this last one is going to be the easiest first. Mining. Hmm. Oh, there's a star there. Yeah, that star's closer. I can use that one. You said there's a half star. Yeah, there's that. That. Well, the point is I was looking specifically at this one, and I would also need that circle, red circle piece. And that would be there, red is there, I mean, I guess, but I can just use this too. The milestone is now available, but I'm sort of in this zone now. Whoops, I don't want to delete, I want to have both of these. For this, I'm gonna break here. Bring that in there. Bring that in there. Send that out that way, I guess. We have a milestone level, an operator level. Gives me 50 more platforms and 2 research points. Woohoo. Actually, I'm not done yet because I have to swap. Oh right, this makes 8. No, it doesn't. It makes 4. What am I thinking? Swapping. Swapping. Oh, whoops. That should actually just be fine. The way it is. I think that works. I won't know until both of the colors arrive. That's a problem. So I'm saving up 25 points. Actually, I'm saving up 20 because I do want the 2x2 first. 2x2 I think is going to be the better pickup for me right now. Followed then by the 25 for the fluid miner extensions, then the 50 for the 3rd floor. I need this now. Yeah. Good luck, me. So. That shape actually only needs... it only needs 1 blue square. And it needs a blue circle. Okay. And I have to sort of rethink some of this, because I don't need to half destroy in the end. I think the best way of going about this is grab this, put it up here. We're gonna have that. And that. Okay. And it's the same thing with the blues. Like that. Higher, please. And then it's swapping. And I have to figure out / remember that's it. It's mirrored. Of course it is. Of course it's mirrored. Why wouldn't it be mirrored? Does it matter? Yes. Okay. Shove it up. Which one's correct? This one? This one? This one is the correct one. So that I'm gonna do this so that I know that those are the correct ones. The ones that are incorrect. Need to be cut. I hate this logic. I'm just trying to mirror. Swap with itself. On the right side. I need it on the left side. Yeah. Cut to diagonals. Rotate and recombine. Nope, not that. Wait, but that was on the right. What? Hold up. Huh? Oh, right. That's it. That's the thing. Ah, yeah, that's a problem. Now that's a problem. Yeah, I should blueprint that section. But, oh. Now the issue is I have to, you know, move the whole thing, scooch it more. Because it's, yeah, no way out. I have no way out. There we go. They have different rotations in the end, so I want to make sure that they all match. Okay. Okay, I think. I'm gonna save this as swapping checkerboarding 2 belts. Because realistically, I can use this blueprint in any instance where I have the same shape of 2 different colors. And the shape is, a mixed shape, right? So it's 2 different shapes on the top and bottom, and it's 2 different colors, and we're trying to checker them. And that is not the end. That is not even the end of this process for this particular piece of the milestone, because we now have to get the bottom half, the bottom red double diamond. And then this last piece is a piece. Okay, diamond. There's a diamond, and there's red. Alright, diamond. Painting. Cutting. There we go. I will want to make sure that these match with the rotation that I need. And actually, it all needs to be on layer 2. Now that I'm thinking about that. Oh. Yeah, about that. Yeah, you're not able to go that way. Unfortunate. Stacking. Okay. How are we doing on the propagation of this? Looks like they'll arrive around the same time. So it looks like I get the top. It'll be on the top here. And what is the rotation that I need it to be? On the right. I need it to be on the right. So actually, if that's the... good, I'm getting the previews now. Because the red arrived. Yay. And there it is. Ta-da! Now, as soon as the diamonds arrive and make it through the system, we will have the intended shape. Now, here's the more interesting part about this. That layer 2 is a different layer 2 from this and this. I just want to point out here that that shape is very different from what we have up here. However, it would appear as if what they want me to do with this is take a full red diamond stacked on top of itself and swap it in? Wait, no, that's not. Yeah, that's basically it. It wants me to swap with a diamond, I think. Interesting. Multiple red diamonds, but still. So if I take this shape, specifically just the layer 1 of this shape, and I do some swapping with diamonds, I can get the layer 1 and the layer 2. Or the layer 2 and 3, excuse me. I'd have to make the 4 out of, well, that top shape. This initial shield thing can be rearranged into that top layer. That's the easy part. It's getting the layer 2 and 3. That's the odder part to this. Realistically speaking, I think that it would actually just be easier to not worry about this thing at all. And this thing at all. At least not over here. Redo them over here. Use less resources to send out that final piece. Yeah, I think that's going to be what I end up doing here. Oh, the kitty is so sleepies. Hey, sleepies. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Kitty. Mr. Ollie Cat. Hello, Ollie. Yes. You like buttons. Yeah. You gotta take your afternoon nap. Yeah, you're getting up now. Getting up. Yeah, you're in that nice collar. That nice plaid collar. Looks good on that dark gray coat, huh? Dark gray fur. Nice red black collar. Yeah, with the bell. With the bell on it too, yes. Gotta know where the kitty moves. Gotta know where the kitty's moving at all times. Breathe. Breathe. Slightly. I have a little downtime. While this thing propagates all the way down. So I was working here on this guy. That did not make what I wanted it to make. It didn't. I didn't checker it. Hey, you're heavy. You're heavy. I think this is just a matter of swap again. Perfect time for the checker blueprint I just made. It doesn't need to be as involved. What were you? I'm sure it's just this. Because I have a checkerboard blueprint. It just assumes that the whole shape is the same, which, wouldn't you know, in this instance, the whole shape is the same. Yeah. It's like, well, I've had that blueprint for a very long time. But it does not work when the shape is not four of the same thing. It works when the shape is two different colors. So it only works for the color checkers, not for shaping the shapes. So let's get this sent. Oh. Yeah. So, that's an issue. I don't need you, and I have decided that I'm going to be rebuilding that. Yes, Mr. Cat. You're going back. as I've mentioned, the platform units will be a limiting factor for a while until I get trains. Once I get trains, it's a lot less of a limiting factor, and then once the trains can directly yeet themselves into the vortex, it'll be even less of a limiting factor. And also the amount of platform units that I get for completing the milestones as well as the tasks will add up over time, and it will be a non-issue. Because the vast majority of my platform units are going to be used up in the form of belts, space belt and space pipe, specifically. Trying to build more remotely and having to bring it to the vortex. If I replace the long segments of the space belt and the space pipe with trains, that's a huge return on the platform units, and I can build basically anywhere. So, thinking, looking. How many units long is each square? So let's look here. We've got 64. So each of these is a 64 by 64, and there's a 3 by 3 per tile, quadrant, whatever you want to call it, sector. So there's 576 individual 1x1s. Which each of those is, well, $14, $15, 16 by 16. So there's technically 9,216 individual, like, belts, regular belts, available in a sector. And because of our limit here on platforms, there's really not much else I can do. It is the exact same build, actually, with only one color here. I don't need both colors. I only need the blue. And in fact, I'll just remove that. For this one. And I have a plan. Okay. The issue with this plan is vortex inputs. but we have survived. Oh hey, and these have arrived. Finally. Am I getting the proper throughput? I am, in the end. Just gonna take a little bit to spool up, spin up. Oh boys, now we have a bit of a wait for 4,000 units. Divided by, what's the belt speed? 90? 11 minutes from now. About a little over 11 minutes from now, this will finish. Yes, big boy. So I am definitely feeling the difficulty increase at this point. I am sort of feeling it now. But it's more the number of steps involved. That's really been the theme here in the beginning of this insane scenario, is just the shapes themselves are simple to make, but it's a series of steps to make them. The logic is easy. The physical building of the thing takes a bit more time because of the number of steps that you need to do. The, of course, biggest part... Why are you glowing? Oh god. I've not even noticed that that thing was glowing a big dot at me the whole time. The biggest thing has been today just the checkering of the window shape. The window checker. Getting it so that we have a checkered end result from two differently colored base, or not really base, but two differently colored starter shapes. Realistically speaking, I probably should have done this differently. I don't think I should have made the window shape first. I think it's simpler, potentially, if you start with a half and half color circle and square, rather than the solid color window. I mean, either way, I have to do the mirroring reversal. Yeah, and what makes this part more complex is that, of course, you end up with a shape that needs to be mirrored or changed to the other, what's the word? Chirality? Is that the word I'm looking for? It needs the other variant, the other handedness of the shape. It's a concept that hasn't really been relevant in my life since, like, oh, a while. Organic chemistry in my undergrad. Anyway, that's gonna finish shortly-ish. This is still not arrived yet. Oh, it has just arrived. We need 1,600 of these things. So that's like 4.5 minutes from the point it gets in here. Pretty sure it took more than 4.5 minutes to travel down the belt. It's one of the reasons to take these is that it does help speed things up a bit, but utility is more useful than speed, which is why I want to focus on getting the minor extensions, the 2x2 foundations. I always tend to build in the 2x2 with 2x2s and not the 1x1s, like ever. 1x1s are like way too limiting, and the builds look like garbage, utter spaghetti. If you're trying to smash stuff into a 1x1, it doesn't look good. Sorry to say, it doesn't look good, and if it looks good, it's not efficient. You can either have efficiency or looks. You never get both. Never do you get both. And there is a custom campaign setting that makes it so that you can only ever use 1x1s. If you wanted to try that for a challenge. Because, yeah, let's not forget, there is an entire custom scenario mode in this game. Let's check this. That is... That's better. Just for my own, like, aesthetic values of the outputs, all the outputs need to be the same. It's still going to take a bit of time. But yeah, there is also a like issue here where one was the wrong checkering pattern. Actually, no, they're all the same. It's just different rotation. They were all rotated wrong. Half of them was rotated differently from the others. Ugh. Now they're the same. It doesn't matter that it'll take all of it, but it's just I noticed it was different, and I don't want it to be different. It must be the same. It must be the same. Sucks I don't really have anything to do with only 20 platform units now until something finishes. What's the next thing of this? Oh. Well, that needs to be done completely differently. So thank you for the 40 or 60 platform units, but I'm not going to do that until I get more platform units. Why, thank you. Thank you, but now I can do something else. Yeah, I can no longer do this process for that particular next step. The modifications are so extreme that I would rather rebuild it from scratch anyway. Which, I mean, if that's really going to be the theme of... Okay, at least that's semi-logical progression. If they're really just going to, like, make it so that you have to redo a lot of the previous steps differently to go forward, I mean, I don't think I like that very much. What was nice about the other scenarios was that each step was a very logical progression. Very rarely did something change in the middle, but it seems like in this whole process there's going to be like a big change in the middle that completely throws out everything that you had done up to that point. And I don't know, I don't like that as a idea, as a concept. It sort of goes against the point. Like, the previous steps should absolutely always be used to make the next steps. And no, making this in no way is a necessary part of making this. It's not how that works. They made step 1 irrelevant for step 2. At least here, step 1 is relevant. It is used in step 2. You add more to it. And here you're using step 1 stacked on top of a new layer 2 and 3. But here it's, well, here it's cut and rotated. Okay, fine. These two, the logic here with these two is that you're throwing in the output of a splitter, where one side's going to be one thing and the other side's going to be the other. Maybe. Maybe. I'm not really sure how you get there from here. But it is a potential thing. I think maybe with the ones on the end, if they look different, sometimes they intend it to be, this is the output from two sides of a swapper, we're going to take both of them. I have seen that before, but there's some things in here where it's like, huh? Why? You've like skipped steps, or the previous step was irrelevant for what you want us to do. Regardless, hello, operator level for more stuff. We need to now work on the milestones. Yeah, I'm like, I want to see it be progressional, but oh well. Some are, some aren't. Okay. The milestone task. We have 627 platform units to work with in order to finish this milestone piece. I need to effectively build layer 2, 3, and 4 now. And it would be easiest if I wanted to save paint. Okay, if I want to save paint, I would have this layer 2 and 3 full diamond painted red. I would have this layer 2 and 3 like semicircle and semi-star as one shape painted green, then cut in half. Or swapped, actually, swapped with the diamond, and that would give me the layer 2 and the layer 3. And the layer 4 just made and painted and stacked on top of layer 4. And let's not forget that in this specific scenario, you can have 5 layers. There are 5 layers before it deletes things. So, I need to stop this cutting. I need to not do that cutting. And like moving that over there. In fact, I'll delete all of that. And this I need, well, 4 of this. That's done. Thank you for points. The next step, we'll think about that later. For now, I'm gonna trim all of that in case I need those platforms. I should keep that for later, for when I do work on that. Note that it did automatically move the pin to the next step. Not something that happens often, but it does do it automatically. Okay, yes, that's fine, but I'd rather rotate this. That'll do. Again, I really want the 2x2. Because that's a bunch of squares I'm missing. It's like 7 squares by wide by the whole length of the thing. Okay, now what am I looking for? I need the green shape. which is semicircle and semi-star. Great. Semicircle and semi-star, huh? Which rotator do I need? I think it's the 90. Whoops. Bring that over. Oh. Outputs. Right. Okay. Fine. I said I clicked! I clicked! Now, have I mentioned that they are going to be looking at occlusion with the launchers? Because apparently what they don't want you to do is have one of these here. They want the bars to occlude the launchers. And it's apparently a bug that they can, in fact, actually jump through stuff. Like that. So I would imagine that they would also be able to jump through, like, buildings and things, which... yeah, is not the intent. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. But let me just show it doing it quickly. You see how it's leaping right through? How it's just going right through it. It's supposed to stop it, occlude it. Same with you, with any like building that would logically be in the way. Yeah, so right now, while this works, it's not going to stay that way. I would hope that this stayed this way. I would hope that you could still keep doing that. Because there's nothing blocking them besides themselves, and they, like, don't ever really hit each other anyway, so yeah. I would imagine that the multiple jumpers on a single line, that should stay. There's no reason for it to not stay, in my opinion. Funny that there's a is that supposed to be like a solar panel or a radiator? It looks more like a radiator for heat more than a solar panel. There's one there. And there. Must be a radiator, because there's no, like, sun. There's no sun here! Okay, painting. Grab that guy. Yeah. I'll need to change where the green comes in. Copy that. Oh, there's a dolly. I hear a dolly. Hello, dolly. There's a dolly. He's back here. Hello, baby. Hello, my girl. Gonna come up? Gonna come up? On the chair? A dolly? You looking at me? That's my girl. Gonna come say hi? Dolly gonna say hi? Yeah, come on. Come on. Come up. You gonna go up? You're gonna go all the way up. You're gonna go all the way up? There she is. There she is walking. She's walking. Walking up top. And I got Mr. Cat's attention too. There's that tail. She's flicking. There's that flicking. Yeah. Hello. She's wondering what I'm still doing here. That doesn't go there, that goes over here. Oh, right, I have to change the doohickeys. Ba-da. Ba-da. Yeah, there. That's the thing. Yeah, that was, according to the Discord, I was pointing out that the, clipping through is not intended. Okay, so that'll make this green thing. The green thing, yes. How very specific of me. And how convenient that this is here, because I'll be swapping it. And I still need to make that layer 4. Okay, swappers. Oh boy. Give me just a basic swapping line. I don't need 4. That thought has just occurred to me. I don't need 4 of you. I don't need 4 of this either. Yes, I do. I should need 4 belts of that piece, and I should need 4 belts of that piece. So yes, I do need 4 belts of stuff, so get rid of all that. I need to reorient myself. Golly, making noise. Where are you going? She's on my piano now. Well, that's not really the rotation we're going for, huh? Oh boy, gotta squeeze in rotators now. Great. That's what we're going for. Okay. As you may have noticed, these are different shapes. One will be stacked upon the other, so I need the diamond one on the bottom. Are these what I need, actually? Yes. So I need the wait, no, I need the star on the bottom. Yeah, star is layer 2 and semicircle's layer 3. Okay. Give me stackers. Oopsies. Well, whatever. Bah. Better. Did you know? Did you know you can mirror? Mirroring exists. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah. Mirrors. That just leaves the layer 4 thing, which is more red. More red required. Stacking required as well before we're done. However, with that, folks, we have reached the end of today's stream. I know, it went by pretty quick. Thoughts thus far is the beginning of the game is only harder in the form of the required shapes need more steps to make them. the logic is not that much more difficult, but for those who have played Shapes 1 a lot, and if you haven't gotten used to, like I haven't really gotten used to, the idea of swapping, if it's hard to, like, it is hard to visualize the swappers, okay, and the outputs from the swappers for me. I just find it difficult because I haven't done it enough, right? So there's some advanced swapper logic here that you have to be familiar with, and that's the hardest part of the whole thing so far, is just swapping logic. Wrapping your head around the swapping logic. Otherwise, it's just more steps involved to make the things than before. And as we get less dependent upon the limited platform units, once they become a non-issue, it opens up methods for making things that are just different from the original intent, and that can be done in a little bit less efficient way space-wise, and things will just start clicking into gear from there. But with that, though, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show, and if you've enjoyed today's first stream of the insane difficulty scenario in Shapes 2, please be sure to do all the social engagement stuff down below the video. I will be back with more on Tuesday. I hope to see you all then.